Morning, my name is Mariana Bajonero. This is our class Colombian Education. We are going to talk about develop Colombian education in 21st century. This is my job group. We are going to presentation one-to-one. First, let's listen to Lucy.
Good morning, my name is Lucy Estefania Maya Granados, and my topic is number 1, Foreign Language Education in Policy in Colombia.
Good morning, my name is Janine Tique, and my topic is Begin Bilingual in Colombia according to the National Bilingual Plan.
My topic is number 3. I am going to talk about the cultural impacting for bilingual education in Colombia.
Good morning. My name is Stephanie Gonzalez. My topic is Colombian speak English to achieve global communication.
Good morning, my name is Laura Zavala. I have the topic number 5, Estándares Básicos de Competencias en Lenguas Extranjeras. English contributes to educating bilingual Colombian cities.
Okay, first let's listen to Lucy. She is going to talk about foreign language education policy in Colombia. Lucy.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. As my peer said, my topic is Foreign Language Education in Policy in Colombia. Thinking in the foreign language education policy in Colombia, different aspects and questions come to my mind. The first one is, what is the importance of teaching a second language in Colombian schools? Today, it's evident that the handling of a single language is not enough in an interconnected world. The ability or the bilingual or multilingual is increasingly necessary for the study, work, and living together. Colombia has had a long tradition of including foreign languages such as English, French, German, and Italian in some curriculum in some schools. So that high school graduates have a pluralistic view of the world and come into contact with other ways of thinking and expressing themselves and cultures. So that this recognition of diversity leads to a recognition to the tolerance and respect for the other people that other countries and other cultures. Introduction of language teaching is directly related to academic performance and response to training needs. I think the first one is management of other areas of the curriculum, the requirement of universities to be able to carry out higher studies and demands of the labor market in technology, and the other is what's scientific and cultural. And the other question that arrives here that come to my mind is in addition to the actions that are being developed, what others could be useful for the success of the national bilingualism program. With the exception of San Andres, I think in Colombia, English is not a language used for communication in daily life. We only speak Spanish and no more. But we have a little percent that speak English. But in San Andres, all time they speak English. But I think that the English talked there in San Andres is some different. in the pronunciation or the grammar. It's a little different. Yes, but it's very important that teachers and students have significant communicative experience in that language. Immersions in a foreign language in vogue in the 80s, are about in the 80s, 90s, are a useful strategy to learn another language and lose the fear of making mistakes, because this is a big problem. Because when we are gonna speak English, we don't do it so well, because we say, I know I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, and then I don't gonna speak English because I'm so fair. But it's important that lose this kind of fear, and we can improve our skills, and the only way is speak. It doesn't matter if we are grown or not, because finally the interinstitutional accompaniment in relation to bilingual practices seems to me an interesting proposal, which can bring mutual benefits to the government, benefits to the teachers and to the students. Yes, I think this is a very good and the teachers, schools, the secretaries of education, mayorships must be able to identify their current situation and propose different ways to work approaches. How they can see, we can see how we are gonna improve the language skills, the pedagogy, the methodologies to implement to teaching English to the kids, and I think that that plans are so interesting, but not all of us, not all the people, not all can implement it. The other question or interrogant that come to my mind is, how can the standards be translated into motivating, meaningful, and challenging English classes? The standards indicate the goals, but not the paths to reach them. They have to do with evaluation processes rather than teacher learning process. They are important, but not sufficient to get success. We must think about the teaching learning process and evaluation processes in an integral way. What teachers have in front of them is what, but they will have to work on how, when, and under what conditions. It's a point of view. And the last question is, for me, is how can the bilingual program be articulated with the pedagogical use of the media and information and communication technologies? The technologies allows bilingual communication throughout the internet and email. In many regions and institutions, efforts are made to equip or computed colleges of language laboratories, but methodology must be also improved. The first bet is for teaching quality, since we have seen laboratories of excellent new technologies wasted due to lack of training in use. Here in Colombia, we can see two aspects. The first one is that schools have a lot of resources and technologies, but teachers don't know how to use it. The resources are there in a classroom, in a forgetting classroom, and they never use it. And the other aspect is that teachers loves technology and wants and have the wishes to implement new methodologies and strategies, but they don't have the resources enough. Yes. Then this is a very big problem, because it's not to have an internet is not enough to make a very good class. We have, as a teachers, I think It's a personal opinion. I think that as a teachers, we have to implement new strategies, methodologies, because I remember when I was in a school a long time ago, I remember that I didn't like my English classes. I don't have a very good remembers of my English classes because they was so bored because the teacher doesn't speak so well English, and the teacher only say and write. Then I think that I didn't learn a lot of things because I didn't like that kind of classes because she didn't use very good methodologies and strategies to us. Now I think that resources are very important to achieve an impact on bilingual programs. And that's all in my intervention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lucy. Let's listen to Janine. She is going to talk about bailing in Colombia according to PNB National.
Good morning. It is important that in Colombia, the Minister National Education has a plan to teach English to all students in the education basic, middle, and high, all levels, especially public schools. The National Bilingual Plan prepares teachers for a more level advance of English with the help of teachers from other countries, how England. Okay. The the English educational project gives schools the all necessary technological tools for help students for develop more competition in speaking, listening, writing, and reading. The importance, the better competence communicative in English for the progress and recognition of other cultures globally. Okay, the Ministry of National Education made the definition of standards in English for education in Colombia, so that all teachers have the same objectives. The evaluation of the students be in accordance with the competence developed by each one. The evaluation must be personalized, be inclusive. The teachers are training to better teach the competence of speaking, listening, reading, and writing as a second language. In Colombia, the National Bilingual Plan, PNB, will have students to have more opportunities at the level cultural, technological, academics, and more opportunities in the futures to obtain result, the Plan National Bilingues provide many tools, technologies, and software, especially set in English. Okay, is finished. Thank you.
Thank you, Janine. Okay, the topic number 3 is about the cultural impacts for bilingual education in Colombia. The mystery of education with international Spanish-English or English-Spanish bilingual programs. Thanks to connecting Colombians with foreign countries to expand international trade and business. Colombia is multiple and multiple cultural nationals which has native languages such as indigenous and Creole language, which are treated as low social status. A bilingual extraction would be to have equivalence continue with all language. The bilingual education program for language speaking in Colombian today activity help to create the social with great equality, jobs and talent and tolerance. The different school seeks a cultural international with other nationals in which a language in English. They want Colombians to course out cultures exactly, and which serves with volunteers and classroom. The doesn't not opportunity the unity in Colombians aims open doors to other cultures world lanes earth. The Ministry of Education integrated the applicants of foreign language with the identifications and learnings of the old culture, with are such as socials. Many of the students don't know so interested in the language forms or origins in Indians or the Indian's language or the Creole language. The students are being trained with the international visions suited every taste. We happen a class internationals. Public and private education do not have equal education. Bilingual and private school has great opportunities as cultural sensibilizations needs great experience. Some teachers must help the students develop intercultural linguistic competence and sociolinguistics. Many institutions work with native teachers for bilingual tradition. Had hard calls for Colombian teacher but as competent. Colombian teacher is the art of English we can help them more manufacturing and identity. Want indigenous and Creole language. Thank you. Let's listen to Stephanie. She is going to talk about Colombian speaking English to activity global communication.
Thank you, partners. Okay, the goal of the Colombia Government is for Colombian to speak English for global communication. But it's like one global communication where English is the weapon to open short communication. Will the foreign language education policy with English proficiency be far? The government has promised several programs to strengthen bilinguals in Colombia. Among them, the main one has been are English. Then the national program, which the learning didn't work, and the government launched the Colombia Very Well, the program, which were a failure after 5 months. And the program current bilingual Colombia was established. This project has been strongly criticized because the focus on the students seeing English as the only language that could open the door to success and economic empowerment. They don't teach the language from social and cultural perspective, which favor foreign companies in their economic growth for the good of their company. The question that is heavy state this is why does government continue to replace previous defects that have already received criticisms, thus ignoring the extensive body of literature cause those defects? That is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Let's listen to Laura. She is going to talk about estándares básicos de competencias. English contributes to education bilingual Colombians. Thanks.
Thank you, Mariana. The idea with this topic is can explain the basic standards of competence of English classes in Colombian education and try to understand the elements and skills that make up each level of the English class. It's important to note the basic standards of competence because with this topic everyone should know what knowledge their children are acquiring. The basic standards, pardon. The basic standards of competence are the basic knowledge and skills that the students have to acquire. The English classes in Colombia have some levels. Those levels are divided in 6 levels. Level A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. But the schools have to complete just until level B1. The level A1 and A2 are for starters English. With this level, the students must have basic skills in English like verb to be, personal pronouns, and basic vocabulary. In Colombia, the students from first grade to third grade must have the level A1, and the students from fourth grade and to seventh grade must have the level A2. The level B1 and B2 are for students with knowledge in English. The students with those levels can understand conversations and can write text and can have short conversations. In Colombia, the students from 8th to ninth grade must have the level B1. In some schools, the students from 10th grade to 11th grade must have the level B2, but in the public education can have the level B1. Finally, I would like to talk about how English contributes to the bilingual education of the Colombian citizens. The English is the most used international language. I think that is the universal language. The English allows access to scholarships outside the country and offer better job opportunities too. On the other hand, knowing English or another language opens your mind to get to know other cultures, and I think is not just getting money. You can also get great experience and meet new people if you know other language. And no more. I think that it was everything.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Continue, we open space for different songs and questions. Okay, I have a question B. Lucy, you think that bilingual education is equal in public and private school?
Well, I have understood that the Colombian government has strived to improve access to education in the different levels of training, promoting a free policy in the middle public education, initiating legislative reforms since a long time ago. However, I think that in terms of equality, uh, the country has a lot of problems because it depends of the culture on the place where they are, because it's evident that the difference in performance between students attending public schools and private schools is not the same. An example, a student that they're in La Guajira and students here in Bogota. I think that they don't have the same opportunities to speak or to learn English.
Yes, I think it's very different the public and private schools. The education in bilingual education, because in private school has great opportunities of the travel, of the listen to music, of the different conversations. It's different. No, I don't have a quality education. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I have a question for Janine. Janine, which technology tools are used for the national plans of bilingualism in schools?
Hello, Laura. Yes, the schools have software programs for teach and practice English. Schools have more computers and a classroom with video beam, TVs, laptops, tablets, every wide internet for the all students. Thank you.
Okay, I think that technology tools is important in the some class because I am a preschooler teacher and manual work is very important in the preschooler. Most different, usually different technologies.
Yes.
Okay, different questions. They have they have any questions?
I want to do a question to Mariana.
Okay.
Why do you think it's important to consider culture in teaching another language?
Okay, I think that the beginnings of education culture in social arts so it's very important to learning for all country because is important the social culture and different language is very difficult in the classroom. Um, Practice the different language, cultural language. Mm, the about is more important. Okay.
I have a question by Laura. Laura, these basic competency standards are the same in all countries?
Yes, Janine, in all countries are the same levels and the same competence. Level A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. And every level has the same competence, everything is the same.
Okay, I have a question for Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie, do you think the goal that the government wants for bilingualism in Colombia has been achieved?
Well, the programs that the government has present throughout history has not been able to strengthen all the skills to acquire English and a second language. On the other hand, learning is commercially and economical focused, and those who manage to develop it do so only to focus in on job growth that help foreign companies grow.
Thank you very much, Stephanie.
Okay, Janine, do you have questions?
No more questions. Thank you. No more.
Okay. I think that integrating their language into school curricular because the difference in language indigenous and creolers is important in the different course. Okay, this finally the photo. Thank you for your time. See you in the class forum or forum. See you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Janine. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.